What's going on, boys? RedFlamingo here. In today's video, we're talking about how to be the best player in the world at Boom Beach. And to be the best player in the world, you're going to need four things. First, you're going to need time. And you're going to need a lot of time. Probably more time than you thought you'd ever spend on any one thing. Second, you're going to need money. And that's to get this precious little stone right here. And you're going to need a lot of them. So you're going to spend, probably a good amount of money every day on the game. Or every week, I'd probably say. Now, I don't know how much you'll need. It obviously depends of how skilled you are, how many times you need to attack a certain base to take it out. But in short, you'll need money. Third, you'll need skill. And, whether you're the best at a certain troop composition or, you're second best, it probably won't matter that much. But you will need skill and you'll need a lot of it. The fourth thing, and this is the most important thing, because, the other three things are totally, you can have them once you decide to push for the leaderboards. And you don't really have to plan to have them, you just, okay, let's go and do it. I've got the time, I've already got the skill because I've played the game, and I've got money because I'm just a king in real life. The fourth thing isn't so simple, and this is what the video is going to be about today, and it's called stockpiling. So, in order to be the best in the world at this game, you can't just choose to start one day and be the best in the world. You have to plan in advance, and you have to plan in a way that you will have been very skilled in the past, and you will have spent a lot of time in the past. Not necessarily money, but those two other things that are necessary for making leaderboards are things that are necessary for this fourth thing that you need to make the leaderboards, and that's stockpiling. And unless you had, a crazy amount of time to play the game and a crazy amount of skill too, you're not going to be able to stockpile properly in order to make the leaderboards one day. And this is one of the things that I like most about this game is, every player in Boom Beach is working towards their stockpile, whether it be, one power powder or 5,000. But everybody's stockpile is also different, and it's something that really defines what kind of a player you're going to be in the game. And obviously, probably most players want to try and be the best they can be. So this step here is definitely what you want to do and learn about, because it's going to be your main focus in trying to reach, your top potential in Boom Beach. Now, you're not going to just stockpile power stones and power powders, but you're going to want to stockpile prototype parts as well. What happens if you get in a rut, one week in the top leaderboards and you're not able to raid as much as you thought you might want to, or you thought you'd be able to? It's nice to just have, that buffer of prototype parts as well. Obviously not as important as power powder and power stones, but definitely something also to stockpile on, as those are the two resources that you cannot buy in Boom Beach. Now, the game's been out for almost 2 years. The game released in 2013 in November. It was called a soft release, so they only released it to certain countries at a time in order for, kind of like a beta stage and to test the game on a very small scale. And I believe Canada was the first country. Woo, go Canada! Wait, go Canada. I believe Canada was the first country to get it, and that was about in November 2013, roughly. The game released in full later in 2014 in March. So the game's been out for, almost 2 years, in about, probably about a year and 8 months. And obviously, I do have probably quite a bit of power powders and stuff here, but there's definitely people with a lot more. who have been stockpiling power powders and power stones for the whole time. Um, and I'm telling you, people, that some people have some crazy stockpiles out there. You might not have seen them, and even mine might be a surprise to you. But I've only been doing this for about 6 months. If the game's been out for uh, what 20 months, then that's almost 4 times the amount of time that I've been doing this. So definitely, you can guarantee that people haven't pushed yet, and they're just waiting to push with everything that they've accumulated. So definitely a factor that is necessary and needed to make that very efficient and and strong push for the leaderboards. I'm also planning on just slowly falling once I do get to my max VP. So I do want, about 1,000 powders left over once I'm done pushing. This is just because right now I do have 7 Power Stone statues, and I don't want to ever have to get this many statues on my base again of Power Stone chance. So I'm gonna get as much stuff as I can now, and hopefully when I'm done my push, I'll have, a good amount of powders left where I can, at least boost 2 of my Ice Masterpieces and try and keep as fall as slowly as I can down the VP leaderboard. Hopefully still be top in my local country, Canada, for as long as possible. But that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate your subscription here on YouTube. I am streaming Boom Beach every day at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. There's a link in the description of this video. Have a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow for another YouTube video. Bye.